Shilo Sanders is already making a splash with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers with his personality. The son of Deion Sanders arrived for the team's rookie minicamp on Friday and already had the perfect joke. Shilo, 25, went undrafted in the 2025 NFL Draft. The safety out of Dad Deion Sanders' Colorado Buffaloes team did sign with Tampa Bay following the draft. His brother and former teammate Shilo Sanders was selected in the 5th round by the Cleveland Browns and arrived in style at his own minicamp. While Shilo wore Dad's number 21 in college, he's rocking with 28 while with the Bucs. Here he is putting in work at defensive back on his first day. Before that, when he got off the bus arriving at the team's facility, Shilo had a hilarious joke about not knowing the code to get in the building. "I know I ain't got no code yet, so I need somebody to let me in." Shilo also kept it light during his brother's draft slide by playing a fun game of tennis with a ridiculous wager, and then saying he's firing his dad because of how they both fared in the draft. Shilo definitely has jokes, and his one on his first day with the Bucs was a good one. Hopefully, his play matches his humor. From not being drafted to having a shot at making his NFL debut this season, Shilo Sanders has come a long way to kick off his pro career. Sanders, who played safety for Colorado, did not have a great number in his college football career. 170 tackles for TFL, 5 forced fumbles, and 2 defensive TDs may simply not be enough for Sanders to make it to any NFL team except the Bucs. Considering how thin the Bucs' current safety room is, despite having NFL All-Pro Antoine Winfield Jr., Sanders may actually have a shot at making it big in Tampa. Earlier this week, Alex K. of Bleacher Report predicted Sanders' road to the NFL would be brutal. Per K, Sanders' odds of making it to the Bucs roster were no more than 10%. But the recent development just goes on to prove Shilo has a better chance to play for the Bucs than his younger brother, Shilo, at the Browns. The Bucs HC, Todd Bowles, who earlier passed on Shilo, was full of praise for his rookie safety after signing him on 1-year, $840,000 contract. "I think he's a good football player. He's a heck of a tackler and he knows the game very well. So we thought it was worth a shot to see what he can do," Bowles said. And if history is any indication, this would not be the first time Tampa Bay may have struck gold with an undrafted rookie. In 2024, after the draft ended, the Buccaneers signed 13 rookies who went undrafted in the 2024 NFL Draft. As of today, only 6 of them remain with the team, but the Bucs did find a few notable finds in safeties Christian Ezien and Kayvon Merriweather and running back Sean Tucker. A year later, the Bucs HC once again has placed his bet on the 15 undrafted rookies, including Deion Sanders' elder son, Shilo Sanders. And now, the 25-year-old safety has finally made it to the Bucs roster after signing a 1-year, $840,000 contract. Given the Bucs only have Antoine Winfield at safety, Shilo has a huge opportunity to make the team. With the Bucs lacking depth in their last line of defense, they have announced a massive decision. Among the 15 undrafted rookies they signed today, Shilo is fortunately one of them. He has signed a 1-year contract with the Bucs after they took him in the 8th round. Now, knowing how thin the Buccaneers' safety room is right now, Shilo has better chances to make his NFL debut than his younger brother, Shilo, who was picked in the 5th round by the Browns. And if the Bucs' latest announcement is anything to go by, Shilo's NFL journey might be kicking off sooner than expected. Shilo Sanders is vying for the starting job in the QB room, already having 4 potential starters ahead of him. However, the situation in Tampa is way different. The Bucs are thin at safety. They just released Jordan Whitehead after he was placed on the non-football injury list. Shilo could pair with Winfield to nail down a starting spot in Tampa Bay. However, only time will tell whether Shilo will go on and impress Bowles as he expects him to. If not, then the Bucs' previous stance on Shilo would end up coming true. After witnessing 32 franchises pass on the prospect of adding Shilo, he had to make a drastic decision. The 25-year-old chose to seek his dad, Deion, as his agent. Neither Shilo nor Shilo had a traditional agent representing them. Their dad, Deion, looked after everything related to their career. So, When that move didn't work out too well with franchises ignoring the Sanders round after round, Shiloh signed with an agent. Dad was our agent, but that hasn't been working out too good. So today I had to sign with an agent, Shiloh said on his Twitch stream. The agent he chose was Drew Rosenhaus. And instantly, Shiloh bore the fruit of having a proper agent rather than his dad dictating his future. Once the draft was over and Shiloh signed with the Bucs, their GM, Jason Licht, spoke about them not wanting him until Rosenhaus changed their mind. After the draft, his agent reached out if we would be interested. Todd Bowles and I looked at each other, nodded, and said, yeah, let's do it. Licht even added how Dion personally called Todd to thank him for the opportunity they presented Shiloh with. Coach Prime called him and thanked him for bringing Shiloh in and giving him a fair shot. Shiloh may not be a top prospect like his brother, though both had gone through astonishing draft slides. But there's absolutely no argument in their grit and determination. Shiloh has a chance to prove every one of those who doubted his capabilities. He will look to prove that his future doesn't only belong on the gridiron, but also on the Buccaneers roster to kick off his NFL career.